Greetings everyone, my name is Addervale, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In tonight's live stream, I'll be covering the level pack Mega Man Dr. Tedley's Attack by Tedley 11, specifically the hard mode version. Let's see here, it consists of an intro stage, 8 RM levels, and 6 quarter stages. So let's jump right in while we're at it. First up is the intro stage, hard mode, 16 plays, score of 9. Feel free to discuss this level pack as well as anything else. I may or may not be able to complete this level pack tonight, we'll see. And also, as for tomorrow morning, I'll be streaming Anton Blast. Gonna be covering probably 6 levels. Maybe at least 4 levels. Like, I don't know how long the other game level, the late game level is gonna take. But I do want to get to level 10 at least. Feel free to leave the story, Tedley. Stuffed. Teddy 11 when Bob Terry Tree walks in. Oh my goodness, it's my long-lost brother. There's havoc at the Road Museum, and Mega Man thinks Dr. Y is at it yet again. And honestly, that'd be a good assumption. Those spines on the ceiling only harm you. They can only hurt you if you use Rush Coil. But why would you use Rush Coil in a boss fight like this? See? They're just there to scare you, really. Yeah, we don't have Needleman, so instead we have Yamada Man. Cosplaying. Didn't really feel like an intro stage in the traditional sense, in the ways it introduces you to the whole gameplay loop and what else. This more feels like an introduction to the story, which is fine. Alright, the 8 RMs, which I'll be picking, are Baby Jump, Cheeto, Jet, Penny, Bramble, Bite, Crush, and Lamar. I'm going to roll a die to pick who I should go after first. I'm going after Penny first. 18 plays, score 6. I am gonna wait before I can criticize that, Jay Butters, because depending on how long the stages are gonna be, that may or may not be that much of a slog. Because I play level packs which only have 4 fortress stages, but the fortresses take so long that it feels like 8 stages, really. And some level packs where the levels aren't really that long, so 6 to 8 isn't that bad. I see, using charge shots to push the light blocks. Then Mega Man learns Needleman was under Dr. Teddy's control and 8 locations are under attack. Only 3 of us? Wow, that's pretty generous. Can't grab that yet. Already using the gimmick quite a bit. As in, I have to engage with it in order to progress. Multiple times in a row. I feel sorry for the robot that got the name Baby Jump. What happened? I hope that's just a nickname. So yeah, feel free to discuss gaming or whatever. Alright, you can see rewards if you go to the stages in a different order. And what makes the game... Did you mean to say stick for you? Or did you mean tick? Like, both are valid questions. What makes the game tick for you versus stick? Light push blocks for everyone. It's not just light push blocks, but we also got the medium ones, as well as the breakable blocks. Ah, tick. That's how you spell tick. Tick and Gertie. Ow. Alright, go ahead. Okay, you're actually unlike many of the other novice level designers I usually played, whose levels I played through in Maker, especially level packs wise, this one's actually heavily using the main mechanics in the stage that have been introduced. And when I say main mechanics, I mean main gimmicks. Like, one of the main issues I noticed for a lot of these... One of the issues I noticed with level packs made by novices to intermediate designers is that they may introduce gimmicks and mechanics, but they don't really utilize them that much. But on the contrary, even though the stage could be better in several ways, it actually heavily uses the main mechanic and gimmicks, so already that's a step up. You understand that. And you're actually involving it in the boss fight, which I quite like. It's not mandatory, but it's one of my preferences. The springs made this easier. In the tick of it. Like, despite using the main gimmicks heavily, which I do appreciate, I do wish there was more advanced setups like the second to last screen before the boss shutters. I wanted to see more of the stage use stuff like that. Like, that would suffice for a climax, but eh. To be fair, if this is going for something more along the lines of the NES Mega Man games, as opposed to the fan games based on them, it makes sense. This is a little bit longer than the NES stage length, but I can understand the stage progression for basing it heavily off of that. Okay, pennies down. Rolling the die. Crush is up next. 11 plays, score 6. Okay, you like games that challenge you on a dexterous and problem-solving way. Mega Man 3 is a big inspiration for this pack, but less difficult than that. Okay, that explains a lot. Exactly. There's a reason why blocks are actually some of my favorite gimmicks in the game. Like, even before the light blocks and heavy blocks added to Mega Man Maker, I still like the classic blocks. Due to how many places it could be used in, and the very creative setups that could be created. The light blocks and heavy blocks just add to it, the many different interactions that can happen. Quick suggestion about the introduction of gimmicks. Could you introduce the waterfalls not over a dead pit? more importantly than that, could you introduce the cogs not over a dead pit, please? Like, there are 2 screens we have to fall down. Put a series of cogs there that forces the players to just roll under it. That was strange. Like, we had 2 downward screen transitions at the start of the stage. Line them with cogs so players are forced to engage with the gimmick to understand how it works. Here you just place it right over a dead pit. It's a simple change, but it makes the stage a lot better. Like, the challenge itself I'm fine with, it's just the things leading up to. Oh, checkpoint density I'd say is fine. Okay. That means Jaden likes games that are harder than your quote-unquote average game, and have creative setups and puzzles with their level design. But that doesn't mean you won't jump straight into the Lions mob with something way beyond your skill level. That's why you're hesitant to play Noctis at first. Honestly, I think I had a far less rough time with Noctis had I actually played Hollow Knight or games that were on its difficulty first. Like, that is basically a precision platformer true on true, and is heavily inspired by Kaizo games. Especially by the late game. Hello? Let me through. Up smashing jump. Not going for that, not worth it. Am I going the right direction, by the way? Okay, I had to mash slide a lot of times to get this working. I mean the same. After playing a lot of games in the same genre and subgenre, I tend to look for experiences that are either more experimental and or challenge me more, or test my skills out more, or offer something more than the usual fare. Like, a game doesn't necessarily have to require more skill for me to be interested in it. It can also try to experiment with new features or offer something different. And that being said, being more difficult isn't necessarily an automatic winner. You saw how much I criticized some of Noctis' design decisions. Or rather, let's just say in several cases, for those not to know, in several cases in Noctis, it felt like the art designer didn't quite communicate with the level designer, and vice versa. The art's beautiful, but, okay, this stage was fine, but I think the climactic section ending could be better. I do appreciate that you did include the 2 main gimmicks in the stage. Oh my goodness. One more. Ah. Good, that's perfect. Well, we'll see about that. Typically in Mega Man Classic, when you have access to a starting selection of 8 RMs, the ideal is that all of them are roughly the same difficulty level, or require roughly the same difficulty level or skill set, but they focus on a different set of challenges, level design, etc. So even if they're roughly the same difficulty, not everyone may be as experienced with certain levels or the other. So they can pick different stages that are better fit their skill set, or charter a different path. Well, that's the ideal. In practice, most of the time there's almost always 1 or 2 stages that are much easier or much harder than the rest of the set. If you're starting out at least. Whether it be intentionally or unintentionally. Oh, Jaden, I had a lot of problems with that, especially with several stages. I also looked at the reviews, and that was a common criticism. If you want examples, let's see. There was the crash site. There was the undersea crash site, or the alien ship. There was also the Tower of Light. Anyways, Crush has been defeated. Let's roll the die again, and... Jet's up next. 70th place, score 7. The Undersea Fortress, the Tower of Light, and part of the Stairway to Heaven, yeah. But it also affected some other areas too. Good, I got most of the good weapons. Oh shoot, the orange ones pop eventually. Oh, that's good. Like, the artwork in, I'll say this again. I said this before and I'll say it again. The artwork in Noctis is beautiful, but it really feels like they didn't quite communicate with enough with the level designer. Nine Souls, from the demos I played, I never had issues with distinguishing the background from the foreground. Ah. Let me up. Oh, don't worry, J Butters. That was one of the most common criticisms of Noctis. And apparently the devs actually noted that down, and that's been fixed in the sequel. Or the prequel, technically. Welcome to the Sky Garden Zone. It wasn't so much in that game, for those who weren't in the know, mainly referring to Tedley and J Butters, in that game, the issue wasn't so much the foreground was blocking stuff on the level design front. It's that the background was either too distracting or too similar looking to the foreground elements. Although the Tower of Heaven did have an issue with foreground-ish, so that's good. Red key. Why wait when you have a dog? Yokus and balloons are the status gimmick. Oh gosh. That could have gone terribly wrong. I rushed too much. Doing fine. Oh yeah, bubbled. I don't know if I'll be backtracking here. If I do, I'll just use the level editor to skip back there. Oh no. Ow. Ow. And then, of course, it causes an issue under Sea Fortress, especially because of, it's quite a difficulty spike in that area. I'm dead. Probably should go to the fire stage next. And there's no special weapon here I can use to make this easier, can I? Well, I could probably just damage boost using the super adapter, but yeah, Oh my gosh. This is the hardest part of the stage because it requires precision and this has momentum. See, the problem is, my issue with this is now we're being introduced to this in a environment which requires precision, and this is the first use of it. I'm happy the checkpoint's just 2 screens away, but can you please ease up on this challenge for the first time, please? Also, did this stage really need this? Could we not just use the Yoku Block challenge to get up here? That would fit more nicely with all the gimmicks that we're building up to this point. Like, keep the air mines, but instead of using the bubble to get up here, use Yoku's. The abyss wasn't actually that bad, really. I didn't find it that much. I mean, there are very interesting ways to use that, but, this isn't it. Again, when you decide to when you add anything to your stage, you need to ask yourself, what does it add to the stage? Or what is its purpose? And honestly, considering everything that's been building up to this point, I don't really think this is necessary, and, why not just use something that was already introduced earlier? See, because now you have a very precision-based challenge, and this is the first instance. Keep the... What I would either do here, if we're gonna introduce a new gimmick, here's what I would do. Use either the Galaxy Man elevator... Because I'm tight. Use either the Galaxy Man elevators, or just replace this whole thing with Yoku blocks. Again, what does this really add to the rest of the stage building up? It kind of messes the flow. Oh, thank goodness. Hardest part of the stage by far, and there's no checkpoint. Of course, why not? Not really. They'd better fit with the stage. Oh gosh, I'm dead. Again, Tedley, I don't understand what you were thinking with the level design here. Like, okay, you kept this, but you didn't add a checkpoint at the end. Like, come on. I don't think you understood how difficult this challenge is supposed to be. Lauren, please don't diss other level designers. It's rude and annoying. If it keeps happening, I'm just gonna use the level editor because, all the other parts of the stage are fine. It's just this part which completely destroys the flow. Okay, I'll just give it 2 more attempts to get up here. After that, level editor time. And that's a different version, Tedley. Here's the thing though, even in normal I'd say don't even have this section. Again, ask yourself what does it add to the stage? Is this supposed to be one of the central gimmicks of the level? If the answer is no, then don't have it. And also, please, please, please put a checkpoint here. Wait. Two, three. Okay, we're at the end. I'm gonna say it right now, because that section was never used again, there is really no point there. If you just completely erase that section, nothing much of the stage would be lost. If anything, the stage would become much better. And keep in mind, the rest of the stage isn't even as difficult as that. Typically when you design these sorts of stages, you don't want a difficulty or skill spike. Especially one that then suddenly just evaporates. Because again, the rest of the stage is perfectly fine. I'm sorry I'm ragging on you this much for this long because I want to emphasize this, and it's important because many beginner and intermediate level designers make the same mistake. They have a central set of gimmicks, 2 or 3 or whatever their stage focuses on, and then they decide to throw something else in that doesn't really mesh with the flow of the stage. It is either too easy or too difficult, and is never used again in the rest of the stage. I can understand wanting different challenges and not using the same things over and over. At the same time, you have to be careful and make sure it actually meshes well enough. Like, that section could have been done a lot better with the Yoku blocks, or if it was made much easier. Or just don't even have the section there. Like, there's the final part of the stage, there's the final section of the stage right after. We can just transition directly to that. And the lack of a checkpoint after this was also baffling. Sometimes having less of a stage is... Sometimes not having more of a stage is a good thing. I have made this mistake with all of my Magma levels to a certain degree or not, where I end up artificially extending the stage too far. Or I explore the mechanics too much in one single stage. Like, I'm coming this from a perspective of personal experience. Alright, responding to messages. And then of course there's the whole thing about checkpoint. You should have more checkpoints depending on how difficult, or rather, how punishing the challenge is. Like, instant death usually, if there's more instant death, typically that means there's more checkpointing. You can have very difficult challenges while not being too punishing, and you can have pretty simple challenges, or pretty easy challenges while being super punishing. Alright, messages. The main reason you wanted to play Noctis, contrary to seeing you play the game, is you didn't have the precision required for the precision platforming the game requires players to do. Anyways, we're on this stage. Let's actually see the other stages and hope there's less repetition in that. So I've rolled a die. Next up is... Bite Hard. 10 play score 6. And then of course there's a whole situation of how what may be simple enough to a designer may actually turn out to be super difficult for a certain set of players. Cool, I got the rush jet too. And vice versa. What a designer may think to be is a pretty hard challenge may not actually be that difficult once players get a hold of it. Or you may end up with a different players with different skill sets may see some of the challenges you made are harder or easier than you expected. That's what makes it difficult. You're not just designing for one player all the time. You have to take in consideration, well, if you're designing for a bigger audience, you have to take in consideration a wider berth of players. And also, as a designer, you probably have played through the stage a lot more than the potential players have to iron out all the bug fixes and weak points as well. That's why playtesters are so important. Just because you've gone through it from the back of your hand doesn't mean that the people who are going to play are going to be as experienced. And on the flip side, you can end up overestimating and underestimating the challenge. Again, that's why playtesting is so important. And not rushing your design. See X6. X6 really suffered from being rushed to all end and having bad explanations of stuff. Oh boy, it's this thing again. There's no escape. See, this wasn't that bad. If this challenge is more like this, it'd be fine. Better, it's a much better introduction to what that is. I would argue that X6 is difficult, and that is a lot of that has to do with it being rushed and not that well designed. Oh look, an actually interesting use of this now. I'm also gonna say this, easy games aren't necessarily bad, just as harder games aren't necessarily good. It depends. There's a reason why I love Tinykin a lot, even though it's basically a pretty... It's not that... It's a platform... It's a 3D platformer for beginners, basically. Beginners to somewhat intermediate players, and that's it? Wait, what? I feel like I didn't... The stage kind of feels incomplete, to be honest. Like, it feels like we're missing 2 sections. Boing. Okay. Better use of the bubble, but this was the most forgettable stage so far. See, Tinykin I like quite a bit, even though it's designed for novices to the 3D platforming genre. It does a pretty good job of actually introducing players to 3D platforming in general, and actually quite well explored its mechanics and whatnot, while offering inroads to more advanced players too. It really reminds me of how Nintendo designs its 3D platformers. Like, I do wish it was harder in a few spots, but it knows exactly what its target audience is and succeeds greatly there. No comment. Wow, you're being more relevant today than usual. Hey, Pirate Man had more sauce to it. This one felt like it ended before it even fully finished. Again, I have more issues with X6 and with its executions than its ideas. I don't mind the acid... From a conceptual level, I don't mind the acid rain, the fire rain, or having a mini-boss rush, or the I don't really have any problems with the crushers, or even how Gate Stage 1 forces some of the difficulty spike. What matters more is that the executions leave much to be desired. They were rushed and not play-tested properly. Don't get me wrong, I dislike X6 the most out of the mainline X games. but I feel most of its ideas could be salvaged. Yeah, I dislike X6 much more than X7. Or more than X7. X7 I just found to be boring. I didn't find it to be infuriating. When I say infuriating, I mean not in a good way. Anyways, rolling the die. Next up is... Cheeto! 15 plays, score 5. Yeah, I know, Flame Hionard. My solution to that is just muting the game. And X6, muting the game does not help, unfortunately. And the rest of the stage is just bleh. X5 is... If I compare X5 and X7, I'd play X5 any day. X5 has some experimental messy design, but I wouldn't say it's boring. At least, but boring is more of a preference thing. Oh shoot! Okay, this already looks much more promising of what's going on. You know, the funny thing about saying basic simulation is, it varies depending on which mode you're talking about. Anyways, everything's overloading with fire here, and lava. Alright, rush, rush, rush! I wasn't ready for it, so I got engulfed. I couldn't see you. Maybe we should have picked some less red enemies. Less red or orange. Go, 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 go! Good checkpoint placement. This stage, in comparison with the previous four I've gone through, this is already going for a much more forward-pushing vibe, or fast-paced vibe. There's a constant forward momentum to keep you going. Like, if you don't keep going forwards, you're gonna die. Zombies. Ah, it's the Firebirds again. Here's my strategy. Thank you. Oh my gosh, imagine if I just fell right in the lava on the right. Ow. Kinda scary. Oh yeah, first E-Tank. Oh no, the Excuse me. I'm not going to criticize the lack of a telegraph because the telegraph was there in the previous screen, and you did introduce that. It was me getting caught off guard. Although, for that first section, I would probably give one more second for players entering, so they can react, because this requires quite a bit of a quick reaction. Although this is hard mode, so it's fair. Like, in normal mode is probably fine. On hard mode it was sped up, so... eh. And in comparison with the previous two stages, I'm liking this a lot more because it's actually focusing on its main central gimmicks, the count bombs and the fire, and the raising lava, and goes somewhat ham with it. Like, when I'm thinking of level packs, and what stuff I'm looking for, I'm looking more for stuff like Cheeto. I kind of wish I had one more section to continue the climax, or somewhere before the climax, or I wish the climax went a bit harder with its gimmicks. But overall, this is the second or best stage of the pack so far. I know it's a simple bomb setup, sure, but it works. And it's not mechanically dull. Oh gosh, this has the fire wave redirectors, so I can't just cheese Fireman as easily. Oh my gosh. The funny thing is, there's multiple ways to have a bomb setup that works better. And keep in mind, Mega Man Maker added walking count bombs, so... Unfortunately, you only really see those more creative setups with the count bombs with advanced creators. Like, come on, you can do things like force players to jump on different bombs at different times, give them different timers, dig through the bombs. Yeah, there's probably a mod for that, Jaden, to have multiple significant others. So, discuss an upvote. Rolling the die yet again. Brambo's up next. 16th place, score 6. I can understand that, Jaden. Did I grab another weapon by accident? Yeah, I did. Oops. I'm not supposed to have the laser. Ignore. I'm supposed to have the acid. This, and this. Let's go. Already promising? Pretty. Well, there is a way to base count bombs, but it would involve using the walking count bombs, I guess. And of course, if you do custom count bombs, the sky's the limit. Like, why not have count bombs that count up instead? Like, when you enter the screen, they start counting down, but if you stand on them, then they start counting up. M-Tank. But yeah, they're kind of a basic gimmick. That's why many players use them. Tried and true, and... Oh gosh. Easy button. I don't really have any gender preferences for that. The spikes are hard mode exclusive. Oh my gosh. That's what I was referring to in the morning, Jaden. That was a rather difficult ladder jump, and that was fixed. Like, that was required a very precise, one-tile level of, precision. So this stage's main gimmick is basically the ladders. Oh gosh. Actually, the oh goshes were unnecessary. Huh? Is there a secret down here? Oh, that was close. Come on, punchies. And that's that. Easier than the normal version before the fix. Namely as we did have a sudden point where you had to get very precise. I understand... Wait, where were the Plant-Man platforms in the rest of the stage? I'm not complaining that they exist in the boss arena, I just wish we had another gimmick to pair with the ladder grabs, because they were kinda getting bland at the end. And I know your weakness is. Like, the way the stage is, I would go with more with how Jay Butters has stated it. Like, I think this level would have worked better as a vertical stage, where you gotta drop at certain intervals. This just felt like it was too repetitive with the horizontal gauntlet, basically. Like, climbing and dodging obstacles from side to side is fine if it's designed around something like top spin, the shine, or especially the pile driver. Or base, because he has access to double jumping. This stage's main problem is it really needs something more to pair with the ladder grabs. Like, if we had something like the crash lifts or Plant-Man platforms, it would have worked a lot better. We do have ladder presses. I could see different types of ladders. Like, we do have things like the magnetic ceilings. What if we had, for example... I was gonna say moving ladders, but I did that already. Potentially ladders that are slippery, ladders that, I don't know, unextend. This is just a blast stage. Sorry. Alright, rolling the die. Next up is Baby Jump. 21 plays, score of 9. Oh, it's Fuse. Actually, no, I don't need 2 keys. Just ignore that. Pretend I didn't get that. So, that means that Lamar has a laser. What did they do? What did Baby Jump do to get that name? Did they piss off Dr. Tedley some way? Okay. Building up with this challenge. Could have introduced a little bit safer there. Easiest key to collect, the true second one. Oh my. Yeah, I didn't want to chance it with my timing, and there were spikes down there. Well. Well. Oh, almost made it. This is the most scary of the bunch. Oh my goodness. Oh wait. Oh no. The timing on getting that E-tank is very tight. Oh my goodness. Like you have to react very quickly to even get a chance at that. Also, the scaffolding's hiding the spikes there. It's, there were so many gimmicks featured in Magpul Tree that I wish had more stages that played around with them. This stage could have had a lot more flying enemies, but you're being merciful here. Oh no. I have the special weapons. I am going to use them. Oh boy. Yeah, basically, the stage has basically taught me that whenever there's scaffolding, there are spikes in the background. That's basically what the stage is teaching me. More often than not. Oh my goodness. Oh, you may want to make it more clear that it's coming. And it's kind of... the way it's placed here is kind of jerkish, because you can end up jumping on the first platform, more likely than not, then see that you're either going to have to go forwards, and then you run face first in a laser beam, and then you're dead, unless you're really quick with using the rush coil to get out. I'll note your comments after this, Jaden. So yeah, that was kind of nasty. Oh my goodness. Come on, get to the easy part of the fight. Okay, easy part. Almost. We'll go. Almost. I fumbled at least 4 charge shots. And no, I'm not using any tanks because those are actually rare in here. They're not given out like candy. There we go. I didn't screw it up this time, mostly. Okay, let's see. Messages. Okay, final stretch of what Jaden likes. Okay, you like playing female characters over male characters. You also like whenever games have enticing plots, memorable characters, a neat setting, narrative, and powerful philosophical thematics and symbolism. And more recent, now that you've been able to go to your writing schools, that you've been able to appreciate the little topics and symbolisms a story can have. And your favorite gaming series is still Mario Brothers. That's fair. That's true for a lot of other people. Oh my goodness, you're right, J Butters. Quickening 1 was basically a joke stage that plays very low. Then we had 2 in the post-game, and now we have a 3 which is just getting... it just keeps getting better and better. Going from a joke stage to a joke stage that's interesting and fun, it's actually fun, and apparently another beast one. If we ever have a Quickening 4, I want it to place in the top 10. If not, another post-game, please. The Quickening has become part of Magma lore, and I argue it should stick that way. Hey, me newbie. As for the stage itself, It was kind of but it did teach me that, oh gosh, every time there's scaffolding, there's spikes hiding. So last but not least is Lamar. 18 play, score of 8. Let's go. He's got the laser. Watch out. Aw, yeah. Only 4 okay, it's fine. I played Mega Man 7, I can do that. Ooh, red force beams. Pro tip, I'd rather use green or yellow ones for the first introduction. Don't introduce players to instant death if they wait and get stuck. Unless there's a way to reset the room, don't do that. Or make it so you can pay attention to the force beams and their timing, and work with it that way. Now the introduction to the teleporters, I'm guessing it works better in the normal mode. Hard mode is still... it's fine, I guess. That got me. Oh my god. I was doing a tap jump there. Yes, and I criticize Unlimited for doing that. Yellow's and normal, okay. Fair enough then, I guess. Although, in normal I'd probably use green in normal and yellow. For the first screen, I'd use green in normal, yellow in hard mode. And then for this screen, sure, red or yellow for normal, red for hard. Damage boosts me. Plus, I do have the item to make this stage a lot easier. Youch. Wait. Oh, I thought there'd be something there. It's the one thing that can guarantee a progression lock, yes. And sometimes it can be a temporary one if you use something that can temporarily block the beams from firing. Like for example Yoku's. Oh shoot. I don't mind force beams being an active gimmick you have to deal with. I just prefer the ones that, like you race... I either prefer racing against it, or ones where you can redirect them, or block them in some way. Portal maze? Okay. I think this may be the shortest stage. I don't know exactly how to feel about the last section though. That's not how I do the climax or climactic section. That'd probably be the second to last. Okay, the force beams are there to prevent you from hitting the sign in the room. So functionally they act almost like spikes. And if you're wondering why I'm not using special weapons, well, I don't do that for the first time I fight RMs in level packs, unless I really get stuck. What was Bite again? Oh cool, the website is not showing it correctly. Joy. I'm gonna try going without the super adapter. If I get stuck, I'll go back and backtrack for it. Like, we've seen stuff like the rotating force beams or redirectors or switches, so... Eh. Anyways, all 8 of the DMs have been defeated. It's time to visit the Dr. Tedley stages. Starting with Scrap It. 6th place, score 4. I wouldn't say the stage is empty. I say Bites is worse. Just in case I'll grab this, I'll try my best not to use it. Here we go. Gutsman greets us. You know the hilarious thing? Even though I'd say this Wily Fortress theme is heavily overused, it's been a while since I last heard it in Mega Man Maker. So, yeah. Like, the last time I heard this feels like months ago. I must hold my GGs. They're too precious. For a moment there, I thought there was a break in the ground. Okay, we descend through the hole in the ceiling. I have the special weapons, so I am going to use them. See, even on hard mode, it isn't that hard. Like, this is not even the hardest trick this pack has pulled off on me. And that was by accident, probably. Okay. Timing's a little bit off. Fixing that. Alternate route. Well, there goes the life pickup. Well, this is awkward. Well, of course I walked right off. One of the times... Okay, I do have this, so I'm gonna use it. In fact, I actually have 3 shield-based... Actually, I have 3 basically shield-based... 2 shield-based weapons and 1 less traditional one. Okay, I made it past this, finally. Okay. I guess I do need a rush coil here. And yeah, Super Adapter would make this easier, but I'm not supposed to use it unless there's a real emergency. I'll respond to your messages in a moment. I will say this, maybe Maker people are tired of it. More like the levels I actually get to cover on the streams, they don't really use it. Either because they're tired of the team or too afraid to use it, or there's a better team that better fits the stage. Oh my goodness, that could have been really... So, how long are the Fortress levels in terms of screen length? Hi. Goodbye. So the first Fortress boss is Jewel Man with 2 Jewel Droppers. The Scorch Wheel, no problem. Oh gosh, 2 phases. Here's easy mode. The phase 2 is easier than the first phase due to the environment. Alrighty then, yeah, one of the better stages. Kind of longer. Okay, messages. Website hasn't been updated yet, unfortunately. I know Sylve responded to your message, Jaden, about what they look forward to in a game. I don't really mind constant patching. Is Jamjot going to be back? Yes, for Freak Jam 2. That challenge was fine. It took so long because I kept screwing up that 2 jumps, and I really should have been using Rushmore there. And it was kind of forced anyway because certain jumps. So stage 2, Noosh? 5 play score of 2. The names are getting weirder. Like, compared with some other things, you can do a lot of funky stuff with the spinning platforms. Especially when you use the text editor. I don't know if we're gonna have Freak's World in Freak Jam 2. Like, there's no guarantee that the games featured in the previous Freak Jam are gonna make reappearances in Freak Jam 2. The one exception may be Super Freaks Arcade, but we'll see. Oh gosh. The obscuring scaffolding makes a return from Lamar. Okay. Punch it. Do I have an ice weapon? No. Oh my... I forgot it pops immediately. Jam Jot will make a return in January or February as a stream. We may have co-commentators then. You're supposed to punch the block with the eye. I thought I extended further. Okay, I misread the sign. I thought the sign said, get ready to punch something, not punch itself. I took that as a warning or heads up, not an immediate call to action. Oh my gosh, that is such deviousness. Alright, off. Again, the scaffolding's not helping at all. Oh gosh. Honestly, the scaffolding is causing more of a hindrance than anything else. The one weapon type I really wish I had more than anything else was any sort of aiming weapon. Was any sort of weapon I could aim directly upwards or at homes. There is one thing I can do to make this easier. Not help with the tele spawn. Yeah, Metal Blade would really come in handy here. What? Why did it... Okay. Oh, good. Checkpoint's right here. Oh, cool. The lava rising section again. I appreciate how some of these earlier gimmicks are making a return. Or several of these sections, but in different ways. Or different interpretations on the similar ideas. Alright, this seems like the alternate route. Let's go! All aboard! The splash room platforms are here because the previous stage had them, but yeah. I'm willing to overlook less uses because there are more gimmicks to play around with here from the original stages. But yeah, they could get better time in the limelight. Like the way this is right now, I'd mark this as being an okay level pack. It certainly has a leg up compared to many other level packs because at least half the levels heavily used, at least half the RM stages heavily use their main mechanics, gimmicks. Oh my goodness. That should not have worked. It should have popped immediately. Yeah, I am not taking that elevator down. I'm not taking the boss door down into the lava. Oops. Squish. Okay, they're back. Round 2. Well, there goes that one. So that was stage 2, a bit trickier than stage 1, felt a bit shorter. It took some more time because I was less competent. What the freak? Let's do this better this time. Like this was definitely made by someone who's more of a novice or intermediate designer, but it again has a leg up because they understand that the important thing that you should use your central gimmicks in your stage. At least they mostly understand that. Kaza catcher? Oh no. Okay, I have a spare tank, I'm doing it. What is your weakness? Okay, acid. You don't dare coming here. Pointing. Two old men pointing at each other. Okay. A little bit better than last time. I'll give it a thumbs up. Number 3 up is Stormbringer. HAR. 7th place, score 3. We ran out of text, so we don't have a D at the end. This does feel very faithful to the traditional NES Mega Man games, but yeah, I do wish there was more experimentation. And half the ARM stages are not as good as the other half. Or DM stages, take your pick. Ooh, the actual ice stage of the game. Right on. Ice and water. Blue Marine Zone? I knew this would come back eventually. Watch as this ends up being easier than that one room. I knew it. It ended up being easier. Way easier. The more I see this gimmick used in Future Process level pack, the more I feel that was made difficult by mistake. Like, nowhere else, even with more complicated setups, it's nowhere as difficult as that. Oh gosh. I'm still alive. It's too late. I'm already reading all of your comments. 7th place score 3. Confused emoji thinking. Etterville, I think all that magma has gone to your head. Next, he's gonna be reading all the quote-unquote judge comments. Screaming crying emoji. You know, actually more interesting uses of the flying mines, to be honest. I think someone... I think someone didn't fix the sprite sheet for the super adapter when oiled. We have reached tonight's Mega Man Maker moment. This is an oversight. So, when Mega Man's oiled up, as you can see, he maintains the black palette for every single special weapon, and this also includes the super adapter. However, with the super adapter, they didn't crop out the background properly, so so Mega Man's sprite sheet, while oiled up with the super adapter, is not cleaned up correctly. Okay. There, it's fixed. Now that was a funny moment. Anyways, back to the stage. As a reminder to you all, tomorrow morning is a live stream of Anton Blast. Like, I'm gonna be beating at least 4 stages there, oh gosh. I know this is tricky, but still, this was easier than the Sky stage. We didn't have that as tight of a challenge up there. Like, the gap we had to squeeze through was less tight here. And what makes it funnier is that the section was also shorter, so... Oh yeah, that's different. Laser. One more. We win. Again, I advise you all to just go to Blue Sky. Alright, stage 4, Chunk. 5 plays, score 3. That's why I call it the site formerly known as Twitter. That's my spiteful comment. Fire's back. Going from ice to fire. Oh yeah, don't use this. Sorry. Come on, move. If you don't use microblogging sites like Twitter or Blue Sky, that's fine, don't join them. I'm pretty much just planning on almost completely abandoning the site formerly known as Twitter soon. I already get much more retention on Blue Sky, way more than I ever did on Twitter, the site formerly known as that. Can we stop? Yes. Well, everyone that's Ward following is moving there. Okay. That's one of the first times I've seen that happen. I thought it was just self-destruct. That is funny. I'll say this is not the place to be ranting about news. If you want to rant about that, go to the Serious channel. Even then, keep an eye out. I'll just echo my statement. If you're on the site formerly known as Twitter, I highly advise just go to Blue Sky. You'll be in for a better experience that's actually filled with actual people. Okay, what should we do this time? This. Yes. Come down here, birdie. Enjoy your leaves. I'm just doing it preemptively, Sylv. It's not a rant yet. Oh gosh, I'm kind of running low here. Oh good, E. Oh my... Huh. Ah, that's fair. If Discord's good enough, go keep with Discord. A parasite, that's a plague. A plague, that's a disease. There, you're already set for... Never mind. Nah, I'm not doing that. That wouldn't make any sense anyways. Okay, I was right at the exit. Go me. What would be your weakness then? Try again. Fist? Okay. That is not what I would use as a weakness for him. Especially when he decides, hey, I want to do this attack. Yeah, this is gonna hurt unless I dodge like this! Haha! Like, of all the weapons to think of using as a weakness against Burner, that Hard Knuckle's not one of them. Anyways, oh boy. Okay, now this is interesting. Risk of instant death, but I have to keep jumping to the left. Also, I can't stand too far to the left because then I'll get crushed immediately. So, there's 2 risks of instant death here. Get me out of here. Phew. Again, I'll say this. Unlike the site formerly known as you-know-what, there are actually a lot more actual people on Blue Sky who actually react to your stuff. And you're not just talking with bots. Yeah, each boss basically gets their own Wily machine. Okay, the rematches are up next. Tedley Stage 5 Rematch S. Hard. It's rematches with ES. 11 play, score 6. We're almost at the end. Again, overall this is kind of an A-level pack. 4 of the stages, 4 of the DM stages and 2 of the Fortress levels are a lot better than the rest. After that it's kind of, I don't know. E? Anyways, you got the rematch stage. And see, I didn't really need the super adapter. It wasn't that hard. I already had the rush coil and rush jet to help me. Oh goodness, this is like Mega Man 2. Let me through! Be gone, baddies. I would use the rush jet here, but I'm probably gonna get pranked if I do that. Oh no. Take that, baddie. Ah. The only problem with this thing is its range. Goodbye. Goodbye again. You know what, I'm just using the jet here. This is taking a little bit too much time. Surprised it actually worked. Oh gosh, oh, well wait, what? Why didn't I take damage there? What happened? This team, 300 years. I've waited. Did you change? Okay, I think you changed the boss arenas a bit. And the weaknesses are not obvious. Joy. And of course spikes, which I totally forgot about. Yeah, if this actually had custom RM designs, it'd be easier to suss out things. Or if they had more custom boss patterns. Okay, that's one key. Going clockwise for this. You're fire, I remember that. Fuse. Okay, your arena didn't have any changes. No. Okay. I guess this actually makes sense because it basically holds them in place. Goodbye. Would be not... Okay, I'm gonna try a weakness here. Fist? Of course not. Why am I not surprised? Well, yeah, it does block. It... Okay, it turns him into a complete joke. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Could have just stood there and not even thrown the shield. So nice. 2 left to go. Let's see, Good. So that just leaves one, which is the hard knuckle. Okay, that's fair. Ideally, you want the special weapon weakness to actually work against the boss pattern. Especially in regards to level packs. Like, not only should it usually make sense elementally, but it should also make sense with how the boss pattern works, especially for level packs. Okay, let's see your messages. Oh yeah, make sure to follow me on Blue Sky. I post there semi-regularly. The issue with the boss fights in this game are not so much the bosses in themselves. It's the fact that, well, you can't really customize their AI. In order to change up the patterns, you basically need to change the environment surrounding them. That being changing the level design, introducing gimmicks, introducing other bosses and enemies beside them, or just changing up entirely how you fight them. And/or and some bosses work a lot better for... And some boss AIs and patterns work a lot better for customizability. Oh, needle. Oh gosh. I see the... 3, 2, 3, 1... Oh no. Is it random how many times before he'll do that? Blue Sky is a social media app, think like the site formerly known as Twitter, 2.0. Yeah, Super Adapter is easy mode, so I'm not gonna use it. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. So I can hold the Quick Man in place by doing something like this. And if I had more energy, yeah. That would have been hilarious. Oh my goodness, yeah. Darn. That doesn't work. I have to use special weapons, by the way. Well, at least I don't need to worry about the boomerangs now. So, there is a bit of a soft lock here, isn't it? What if I run out of special weapon energy at the end of the fight? The previous phases? Or this phase? One second and I'll do the finale. Okay, I'm back. Time for the finale. Tedley Stage 6 versus Dr. Tedley. 13 plays, score 4. What I would do to fix that fight would be to put a special weapon respawner just before the finale. Or just put a Yoshishi right after the checkpoint. Before you fight the needle machine, just put a Yoshishi. That'll fix it. Ooh. GB Gray. Floor dump. Needleman, okay. Needleman and the DTNs break out of their mind control after Mega Man defeats them, and he learns why this is all happening. Cause Dr. Tedley was mind controlling them. Sure. Right. Come on. Okay. I was just planning on doing that. And he's pretty ticked off Mega Man has trashed out the place and stopped his plans of, I guess, world domination. What else would it be? Seems like most of the evil scientists in Mega Man Classic are out for world domination. Oh cool. Smash Woman piloting a Stompy bot. And yes, I know Super Adapter really cheeses this fight. I'm gonna at least get her down to half health before I use it. Or my other special weapons. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Typical. Okay, special weapon time. Okay, no? Well, so much for using special weapons. Okay, Stompy Bot's been destroyed. Phase 2, the actual Wily Machine. Or should I say Tedley Machine. Oh, I love the goofy sound the Thunder Beam makes. So iconic. Okay, the Tedley capsule. Still the same weakness. Gonna try a few other things though. Nope. Kind of wish each phase had its own weakness, so different special weapons would get their time in the limelight. I mean, okay, their true weakness is a super adapter, but Let's finish him off. Good night, Dr. Tedley. My favorite character, the Mega Man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just reading the lore bit Tedley's writing. I'm going to dramatic read it in a moment. Give me a sec to wind my bed. Get my breath back. Mega Man may try to kill him. Lol, also Mega Man's a rad one. After defeating Dr. Tedley, Mega Man shoots him in the face, immediately killing him, because he is very angry. The end. Following the execution, Mega Man was arrested by the military. No, wait, there's more. Hang on a sec. Here's my overall thoughts on this level pack as a whole. Okay, he gets put away before... Mega Man gets put away until his need arises again. F it, we can headcanon that into canon. F it, we can do Mega Man 7's headcanon. Go AU Aldous. Then my OC takes the spotlight. So overall, this level pack was made by a novice or intermediate level designer, and it shows. But they do have a leg up compared to many other level packs made by designers with the similar skill levels, namely as for at least half of the DM or RM stages, or Roadmaster, they actually heavily use their Sentinel mechanics, gimmicks, 2 or 3 of them. Instead of just putting them on the back burner, they actually quite heavily use them, and they end with they have an introduction, escalation, recombination, and climax phases. They may not be they aren't necessarily good or explored sufficiently, but they do exist, and they're trying. And this also applies with 2 of the Dr. Tedley stages. I'm not counting my rematches and the finale because they're special. But at least half of Dr. Tedley, half of 1 through 4, also does that. The issue is that the other 4 stages, and to a lesser extent 2 of the other Dr. Tedley levels, they don't explore their gimmicks enough. They end up being either too short, or they introduce something that just breaks the flow of the level. Sea Jet with the bubble jet. That wasn't fun. Like, that really broke the flow of the stage and should not have been there. What makes it more hilarious is that that section was more difficult than any of the future bubble escalation sections. So I'll say this, what I highly suggest doing Tedley in the future is ask for playtesters and continue your focusing on 2 or 3 gimmicks or mechanics per stage. And please, before adding any new gimmicks or whatever else to a stage, ask yourself what does it add or subtract from the level in question. Having more of a stage isn't necessarily a good thing. In any case, thank you for suggesting me to try it out. I'd recommend this to someone who is an intermediate skilled player. Hard mode specifically, normal mode, maybe less intermediate. Less than intermediate in terms of skill level. So thank you for recommending it to me a few months back, Tedley. I was happy to cover it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow morning for Anton Blast. Well then, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.